Good evening, and welcome to the second ever full-length episode of Paton Podcast. Sorry for sending it to you so late. I would send it earlier, but I had to stop at Walmart on the way after work. And God, it's amazing just the anti-social people you get working in the middle of the night. I mean, granted, that's probably why you're working at that late at night. You don't want to talk to anyone, but it's still customer service. Good God, it's so annoying. Granted, though, I worked a graveyard shift at King Soopers. First job right out of high school. Went horribly. I was miserable. Anyone who comes in that late, you usually don't want to speak to them because you're miserable. Or they don't want to talk to you because they were told to come out this late and pick something up. Or they're drunk or high out of their mind, which usually would be funny. But not at that time at night. It is the most annoying shit you've ever had to deal with in your life. But I did it, though. I did it for about 3.5 weeks. I did, though, make $600 a week, which to a 19-year-old straight out of high school, chilling in their parents' basement, it's not half bad. It was great money. I couldn't stick with it, though. I was just about ready to start and end college both in the same week. But those people that work the third shift, man, they're the only reason I actually believe in vampires. I'm not even sure some of these people have seen the sun since they started the job. And you don't really have any friends either. I mean, I can't imagine you could. I mean, anytime you're awake for work, everyone's already dead asleep. And by the time you get off, you're dead tired, everyone's waking up ready for their day, and you're just having none of it. So you go to bed, as you do, still not seeing the sun. As you're driving home, you're trying to avoid it, because you know as soon as it comes up, for you it's about to come right back down. So by the time you're up ready for work, everyone's already had their fun, and they are just done. But you could still have your days off, right? But wouldn't that kind of fuck up your sleep system? I mean, all it does is just come back around to you being miserable at your job. You don't know anyone. No one knows that you're still alive. I don't know. Someone has to do it, though. Thank God it's not me anymore. Anyway, enough shitting on strangers. It's time to shit on you guys for shitting on me. The ones of you that actually gave me a response like I asked. Which, a question that I got from a lot of you is, why the fuck do you think anyone wants to hear what you have to say? And the answer to that is because the Me Too movement taught me that everyone's voice mattered. Unless you're a white male, then apparently you can go fuck yourself because white men have had their voices heard for far too long. Which, speaking of that, one of the topics that I wanted to talk about on here with some other people is politics, and that's something I got a lot of pushback for. But speaking on politics, wasn't it like a senator or a governor? I know it's some white-looking woman, though, who said publicly that she will never vote for a white male. And no one's losing their mind over it. If you ever once said that you would never vote for a woman, white, black, or any other color, or any male of any other color but white, they would bury you and your entire family in the ground. They would pull up all your former tweets about anything that's a joke, all of your Halloween costumes that you wore back in the 70s in black and white photos. But no, because we're talking about a white male, that's okay. Moving on, though, another topic I got shit for was the economy, which one of my buddies, not putting names out there because I'm going to come for all of you at some point or another, but asked me, really, you want to talk about the economy? Tell me one thing about the economy that you have an opinion of. Which, with that last sentence, honestly, fuck you. I'm still trying to figure out how to speak English fluently without fucking up on our tape recorder. So just give me a moment. For fuck's sake. The one opinion I do have, though, that I've heard about is that isn't it if you make over $10 million a year that they take either 70 or 75% of your taxes, or rather 70 to 75% of your income in taxes? I mean, how the fuck does that make sense? You're honestly going to go after the Dollar Shave Club guy to fix the economy and get us out of debt? And of course, no one who's making $10 million a year is coming up with that idea. It's coming from a bunch of fucking losers like myself that's just jealous of that guy who had the balls to go out and do something with his life and do something that's against the grain. Start a company. Yeah, we're going to go after that guy. Not one of the big corporations who have all their money outside the country, not having to pay any taxes on it, funding this imaginary war. No, we're not going to go after that, guys. God forbid you question it at all, or you're a communist and you hate your flag and country, which is ridiculous. No, we decided to go after the guys who try to make life a little bit easier for the rest of us, and have the courage to put their actual financial statements out in public, opposed to these guys who keep it in the shadows. Moving on, though, another thing I got pushback for, which was a hit and miss with some people, was my little bit on deer, and my negative views of them and their role in human society, and how they're worshipped by everyone who is not from here, because evidently they're so rare and never been seen creatures. For fuck's sake. What I got pushback for, though, is someone told me if you bring up deer in a negative light in a podcast, statistically ratings drop. And funny enough, that comment's coming from someone who's not living in Colorado, from Colorado, but moved to San Francisco, which I almost guarantee if they were not living in San Francisco, that comment would have never come up. Which to you specific individual, are you fucking serious? This is coming from a person in the state where public nudity is legal. Really? That's where this is coming from. And believe it or not, pretty much all of you know me on a pretty good level. And I think you'd be shocked to know that I'm actually against public nudity. Because I guarantee you, none of the actual hot people are out there showing it all off. And for every hot girl you see out there, you'll see maybe once every 2 months. In replacement, you're going to see 10 dicks you never wanted to see. But that's also coming from the same person that used the word bougie in a sentence with a straight face to me. You know, I don't know if it's just because I'm a dad, but I thought we were beyond this. Or San Francisco that far ahead with everything. Apparently backwards is far ahead, where you can just walk out in public naked. Which, good for you, that's the skin you were born in, but for God's sakes, put it away. It's unnecessary. And so is using the word bougie. Today at work, I had a grown-ass woman say the word Gucci, talking about her room. She's a woman. I checked in at one of our traffic gates, and I walked past her and I asked her how she was enjoying her room, because it was on a higher floor, had a good view. And again, this woman had to be in her 40s, and she said, "Oh, it's Gucci." Oh my God. I thought we were beyond this. Another advice, ironically, was given to me that basically said I need to learn how to transition into different topics, which, again, as I said in my first podcast, if you listen to it, these are gonna suck. Okay, it's gonna take time for me to learn, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for you to shit on my future topics once I get a roll. But no, I do need help, and I do need to get better at transitioning, and it's gonna come with time. Again, it's weird to already speak in front of people and try to be funny. God forbid you're talking to yourself, knowing someone else can replay this over and over. laughing at me, tripping over a word. But that's true, though. I'm going to get better at it. And I promise that to myself. Not that you guys give a fuck, honestly. Half of you are just skimming through this anyway. Playing every 15 seconds. Maybe listening to 10 seconds of it and giving me a half-assed critique. A critique, God damn it, that's exactly what I mean. I'll get to politics once I can speak English fluently. A critique, though, that I did get, that I fell in love with, was from a buddy of mine who does not live in Colorado, that fully listened to it, and he's actually into comedy, and he's thinking about becoming a stand-up comedian as well, and he is way more serious than I am. And he gave me some pretty solid advice, which was, one, I probably shouldn't shit on my current job, even jokingly, because God forbid the wrong person hears it. And yeah, obviously this isn't feeding my kid, which my kid already eats a lot, and that'd be a real fucked up way to fix her diet, is to lose my paycheck. Another one that he gave me, though, that really gave me something to think about, was how hard it is to tell stories about things that are currently going on, or about your friends currently, especially ones that are listening to it. It's way easier to speak in front of strangers who, you know, they don't know the people you're fucking talking about, but a lot of you know each other. And, you know, obviously if I say something about you, you know who I'm talking about. But, I know I was feeling bad about, well, should I really shit on the people that I'm asking for their advice? And I was going over the years of my lives with some of you people, and you've had no problem giving me shit for years, so I probably shouldn't feel so bad about it. That, and anytime I see you guys, you know, I tell you constantly how much I love all of you. You know, you all mean the world to me, so you should all know that. And since you feel comfortable fucking around with me, I should as well. And yes, I'm going to owe a lot of people beer. Actually, I'm probably not, because again, only out of what, I now have 15 of you listening, maybe 5 of you are actually going to listen to all of this, and out of those 5, maybe 2 are going to get back to me, maybe 3. But of course, throwing all of that out there, I'm a pretty sensitive guy myself, believe it or not, so I kind of have to get over that. You know, the people I'm asking for criticism, you know, I want, you know, criticism to help me, not just shitting on my ideas, but, you know, something to truly help me. You know, I'm excited for myself. You know, I was talking to a friend earlier tonight, and one of my biggest fears is just failure and failing in front of people. And that's just a part of life, something I have to get over. So this is a big step for me, and I think this is actually going to benefit me in other aspects of my life, of just not being afraid to step out and, you know, take a chance to fuck up. But yeah, I appreciate all of you helping me get over a fear of mine and cross something off my bucket list. And hopefully I'll get more feedback from more of you. Not likely, but it's what I'm kind of looking for here. I'm also going to try to get more people involved. And if it didn't click for you somehow, I posted these on YouTube, because apparently my iPhone doesn't let me send videos longer than 4 minutes. Are you fucking serious? We're talking about a phone that has way more technology than a calculator when we were kids, and that had more technology than what sent spacecrafts up to the moon. Are you serious? And that's our hero, Steve Jobs. New phone doesn't fit the old charger. That's our hero. But again, that's another man who did something that I have never done. So what shit can I really talk about him? But I do apologize for the background noise of in the car, if you can hear it, which I'm sure you can, because again, I'm just going off my phone's recorder. But at some point, hopefully, if I get more serious about this and I can get more people to listen, you know, hopefully I can get equipment, maybe a microphone, headset something to make it just be my voice, where you think I'm doing what I am most likely doing with the rest of my time, just sitting in a dark room by myself. Give you that illusion. So, yeah, again, I really appreciate for you listening. Thank you for taking the time. If you did, if not, I want you to remember that you are the people that I call my close friends. And you have told me multiple times, I'm here for you, man. Well, now's the time to cash it in. So again, I appreciate all you guys and love all you guys. Another thing before I leave, though, some great news. 2 great news points. 1, no one died tonight at work, which evidently that's not just standard news anymore. My new job, that's part of my new job, is making sure everyone stays alive. Other great news, though, is that I officially get to go to Buffalo, New York with 2 of my best friends who I consider brothers, who I sent this podcast to, one of which actually responded, so fuck you, the other one, you know who you are. But yeah, I officially get to go, and it was not guaranteed. And that was about a week ago that I wasn't too sure. I got these tickets back in May, June, and it wasn't guaranteed that I got to go until today, actually. So I'm excited for that. So goodbye, end of winter. Hello, back to the middle of winter, where it actually has some humidity. But again, I mean, there's only a few things to see in Buffalo, New York. Obviously, Niagara Falls is going to be really cool to see. And again, I'm more there for college hockey anyway. If you didn't know, college hockey Frozen 4 is in Buffalo, New York this year. University of Denver made it. And I don't know, they have a pretty good shot of winning it. So, again, no one should think I'm a DU fan. But, I don't know, I'm excited to see a Colorado team make it. That's always a big deal. Minnesota Duluth, the defending champions, who last year I watched win the national championship in Minnesota, which is always cool. I got to see that. They're there as well. UMass, University of Massachusetts, is there. I believe it's their first ever appearance in the Frozen 4. And that's special because a few years ago, the 4th overall pick for the Colorado Avalanche plays for UMass now. And probably after next weekend, he's probably going to head out to the Avalanche, who are, I think of yesterday, they're 1 point away from making it to the last playoff spot. So hopefully they won tonight. I'm not too sure. The game could be tomorrow. I really think it's tonight. So hopefully they clinch that spot. Again, as I said, I'm interested in going to a hockey playoff game a little bit more than I am going to a basketball playoff game, just because I already know the outcome. I might as well save my fucking money. But yeah, so that's really cool news. I'm excited to see 2 of my best friends, one of which lives in Cincinnati, so I obviously don't get to see him too much anymore. And my other buddy, who's here in Colorado Springs, but got a pretty busy schedule, has a pretty good job going here, doing well for himself, so I'm proud of him. And my dad, of course, which, I work from 2:45 to 11 at night. So, by the time I leave for work, he's still at work. And by the time I get home, he's in bed. So, fortunately, I don't get to spend as much time with him as I would like to. But it's going to be a good bonding experience. And, some interesting stories always come out of Buffalo. So, I'll definitely have something to talk to you then. And to keep you updated with my plan with this, my plan is to, obviously I did it last night and tonight, and I plan on also doing it Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. And that's just to get the ball rolling. Getting used to doing it is something to look forward to every night, which is awesome. But once I get comfortable with it, I think I'm going to cut down to 2 nights a week, which I haven't figured out which nights I'd want to do it yet. My favorite comedian, Bill Burr, does a Monday morning and a Thursday morning just before a Monday morning podcast. So I don't know, I want to spread it out a little bit more. I'm thinking maybe either a Saturday night or Sunday night, and a Wednesday night. That's what I'm thinking right now, but that could change. And I might also want to do a Sunday night instead of Saturday, just for the fact that I have hockey on Sundays, which As I said, I take that a little bit more seriously than I should, so I might have some pretty good stories there. But again, finally, for the last time, thank you so much for listening, and I'll get back to you soon. Have a good night.